her local author friends. She has a passion for sharing topics related to health and positive psychology, as well as a strong sense of purpose in helping other writers finish their books, book projects, and get published. She is also Vice President of Education for the Killeen Toastmasters. Renee is also a local author, and we are thrilled to have you back, Renee.
Thank you. Good morning, fellow authors, library personnel, and guests. Once in a while, you meet someone whose life was turned upside down because of an accident, disease, or illness. After this person is forced to hibernate in a metaphorical cocoon for years. Can't see. They emerge a butterfly, and a new career is born. They realize they have been traveling down the wrong road, got on the wrong train, and the accident or illness served a purpose to redirect them to an entirely different destination. I am one of these people, and I've been fortunate to have met many others. I didn't start out as a writer, except for the letters I wrote to family along with poetry and songs. Instead, I ended up working in banking, bookkeeping, and office management. I also enjoyed going to college, so I often took classes at night after work at local community colleges. When I accumulated 59 units, I enrolled in a bachelor's program with a major in business information systems while I was working full-time. In 1999, as I was nearing the finish line to graduate, the train of life I was on derailed when I collapsed from chronic pain, stress, and exhaustion. The year before, I had written 14 chapters of what would become my first book. While I was laid up, I managed to get Appearances, A Journey of Self-Discovery in print. Back then, $2,000 got me 200 books with black and white covers. I've been living 3/4 of my life in bed since 1999. In November of 2006, life circumstances brought me to Lampasas. One day in July 2010, I asked which one. I was surprised by a spiritual command to go to the laundromat. I asked which one and even got an answer. When I got there, I met a psychic who told me, "You're asleep. It's time to wake up." I sure wished I was just having a bad dream and that I could wake up. I had to go to her house the next day before she would tell me that I was over-medicated. After that meeting, I refused to swallow any more of the 11 prescription medications I was taking every day. I was warned if I stopped taking some of these medications cold turkey, I would go through withdrawal. Despite feeling sedated, I was determined to follow through with my resolve. The first 24 hours, I was fine, so I thought nothing was going to happen. Then withdrawal hit, and I was horribly sick for 5 long days, which was followed by 3 months of an adrenaline-type high. Adrenaline makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? I thought I had been miraculously cured. During that 3-month adrenaline high, or as a recovering alcoholic described as the pink cloud, I could only sleep 2 hours a day, had the energy to do anything I wanted, experienced an amazing sense of physical strength. I clearly heard from a divine being tell me to use the talents I was born with. The same voice that told me to go to the laundromat. I then seemed to be downloaded with life instructions and began to write non-stop. In the midst of that adrenaline high, I also participated in my first annual Author Fest here, showcasing my black and white book. That winter I crashed. The recovering alcoholic who told me that about the pink cloud referred to this as hitting the wall. No one was there to pick me up except a doctor who began to prescribe medication again. No counseling with a psychologist, no physical therapy, just medication. I felt I had no choice at the time, so I accepted them. However, I was determined to figure out what happened, and if I felt good for 3 months, I hoped it would be possible to feel that way again. To this day, I'm amazed I survived the fire. The experience inspired me to study and do research in the fields of alternative medicine, nutrition, and psychology. I wrote about every experience I had and what I was learning from them, content which ended up in my blog and multiple books. Yes, I found out about Create Space, a print-on-demand company which publishes books on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. Create Space charged $2,000 for publishing services too, unless you could do everything yourself. Since I had already successfully completed several home study programs, I felt confident I would be able to figure out how to format books. First, I found someone who could open the original files for appearances, which were done with PageMaker, so I could redo the book using Microsoft Word. I was absolutely ecstatic when I received the first full-color proof copy in the mail. When I returned for the next Author Fest, I had my republished book to showcase. One day, a man who read my book asked me how I ended up in Texas. That book he had just read ended when I was still living in California. I told him it was a long story, but I put my other writing on hold and started working on part 2 of my life story. It had been 16 years since I had written the first one, and there was a lot to tell. In 2013, I published Love, Life, and God, Getting Past the Pain. When I participated in the Authors Fest that year, I found out from another author about Kindle Direct Publishing, which publishes ebooks on Amazon. The format for ebooks is different from paperback, and I began the process of converting my books into ebooks. Throughout 2014, I began to listen to podcasts and webinars on a variety of topics, including writing a transformational book, book marketing, and the use of social media. I followed Nina Amir, who recommended blogging a book, whereby you write your blog posts with intentions of them becoming a book. I had written almost 4 years worth of blog posts, and I had just written a post titled, Creating a Meaningful Life After Disability, which turned out to be the perfect title and the perfect conclusion to my first blog book. I also figured out how to design my own covers. The second one is adequately titled Blog Therapy. I love having these books. When I want to look back to a particular post, all I have to do is scan the table of contents. I am now addicted to creating books after completing about 2 dozen of them, which I don't have time to share with you right now. In between my books, other writers began to approach me requesting assistance with their book projects. I brought some of their books with me so you can see them over at my table. Susan Mitchell is one of these writers and is here today, so be sure to check out her table too. Writing for me is very therapeutic. No matter what's going on in my life, writing helps me sort things out. As for the past, because I wrote my stories, they can live in my books instead of festering in my mind. As I state on the back cover of Love, Life, and God, now the past is just a story, one I told in this book. I think everyone should write. Whether you decide to keep it to yourself in a journal, share your story with just family, or publish on Amazon. Publishing platforms such as CreateSpace, Kindle Direct Publishing, and Audible has made publishing for everyone possible. Have a book idea? Come over and see me. I love sharing information. And besides, I'm feeling generous today. So I'm giving away some journals and older versions of some of my books for just a donation. Thank you.